What up with you? What up with you?
Hey,
What is up with you, my guy?
my man, I'm just what two great semifinal
Hey,
games we just
uh,
watched.
that's exactly what I was just getting ready to say, man. Like football today, those two games, man, both of them.
Special.
Wow, wow. And
Yeah.
hey, the house divided. Corey and Brandon, we're here to break this thing down for you folks. But
Yes, sir.
before we do break this down, no Corey, we just need them to do a few things. Just hit the subscribe button, tap that notification bell, drop down there in those comments. We always want to hear from you guys. Like the content. If you like what you're hearing, you like what you're seeing, guys, help us get this channel growing. Post this thing on that X, put it on the Instagram, do all those things. Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
We ready?
All right.
We ready? Which one you
All
want
right.
to start off with? Where we going first?
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and end this thing off, or start this thing off. I'm sorry. I'm seeing this purple and white confetti and gold confetti falling on the field here at the Sugar Bowl. My guy.
Show
Them
your cup
short
real
on
quick. Show
them
your cup
short.
before we talk about the game.
Hey, defend the standard. Defend the
This
standard.
guy.
As an Oklahoma Sooners fan, I couldn't be happier tonight. Couldn't be happier.
So let's start off with the game that just ended. I'm gonna pull it up. It was, this is the first time in the history of us doing a show, B Hill, that I had to almost go back and change the title because I had the title in the room set up for us here on StreamYard. Thanks to the people at StreamYard for streaming us right now. And
Yeah.
I had the title Michigan and Washington advance. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I almost went back and had to erase that because what we just saw in the final 4 minutes of that game was absolutely wild. B Hill, I'm gonna let you kick it off. Just give me your overall thoughts about the game. Me and you both watched both whole games, so we have a lot to dissect here. But let's start. Texas, Washington. Tell me what you thought about the game starting off.
Michael Penix Jr. is an absolute baller, and I have no idea why Jaden Daniels got the Heisman Trophy over him. Makes zero sense to me.
Mm,
When you seen the way that he was just literally dissecting that Texas defense like it was nothing.
yep.
And not to mention, Corey, they had a running back that was damn near on one leg the whole game. You see what I'm saying? One
Yeah.
leg the whole entire game. Didn't get a whole lot going in the ground game, but Corey, they didn't need to. They didn't need to. Michael Penix Jr. was on target. What's that? What's his name? Odunze.
Odunze Rome.
And
Rome Odunze.
that dude is an absolute freak of nature. Um, Quinn Ewers, there towards the end, though, Corey. I mean, there's a lot of things that happened till it got to that point. But man, right down there towards the end, you're Washington, and you got that fourth down play, or that third down play, and you would hope that the clock would keep running, but your guy got hurt. So then the clock stops, right? It
Yeah.
stops at
Muhammad
50,
got hurt.
it
Yeah.
stops at 50 seconds, and the clock's gonna start on the snap of the ball.
Right.
Come on, come on, man. If you knew that, I mean, if my ankle, my foot, or something's messed, I'm hobbling off that field as fast as I can.
Yeah.
I really am, because I think it was a foot injury that he had. Now I'm not speaking no ill will or saying anything else, but man, whew. Hey, we got somebody over here in the comments. We got a guy Holden. I remember Holden. He came to the show one time, and he was a Ohio State fan, if I'm not mistaken. So Holden, man, yeah, we're gonna get to that game here in just a
Yeah,
little
give
bit,
us a
brother.
second. Hold on, Holden.
We're gonna get there. Don't worry. We got a lot to dive into on that one as well. But I mean, man, this simply just came down to the quarterback play, Corey. It did.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And
yeah. I
you
look,
go ahead.
I'll say this. I think for most of the game, Washington, even though it was 21-21 at halftime, I felt at that point in halftime, Washington had really kind of controlled the game. I think Texas was fortunate to be in the position that they were in because me and you off air talked about the muff punt by Washington when they were up 14-7 getting the ball back. The
That
guy
was
muffed that punt, and then Texas cashes in, makes it 14-14. Then they get the late touchdown down 21-14 to go into the half. But I thought
yep.
that muff punt let them in. I thought Washington really kind of controlled, especially that third quarter. I mean, they had the ball for 12 minutes. And then the last 5 minutes of the game, I don't know what the hell Washington was doing.
Man, dude.
I mean, literally, you have a 13-point lead. You make them kick the field goal, you get the onside, and then they just started just doing stupid stuff, man.
They were dicing them the whole damn game, and at the end of the game, you're going to give it to a guy that's damn near on one leg.
Yeah,
Come on, man. Let's just be real.
you're right.
You need to keep that ball in Michael Penix's hand, run like a little run pass option. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And give him the option to be able to go scramble. That was something that kind of surprised me, Corey. Only 3 carries for Michael Penix for 31 yards. He's got some wheels and stuff. Why don't they run him?
They don't need to. The dude
I,
he's just had the second most yards in
I, I
a semifinal behind Joe
that
Burrow.
that was that. He absolutely balled. He
He
balled
diced them
out.
up.
They
He-
they had zero answers for that man.
You
Zero.
know, and Texas really didn't do themselves any favors. The penalties. I
No.
mean, at one point they had 7 penalties to Washington's 0. All little false starts. This was supposed to be a
Hey,
pro Texas crowd, with them being right next door
it
to
was
Louisiana.
it was a pro Texas
So
crowd. There
yeah, I don't
wasn't no
understand all of
was.
the false
It
starts and all of that
was.
stuff, like the pre snap procedure
Oh, you know what it
penalties.
is? You know what it is? You know
What's
what it
that?
is? It's what them
Texas.
It's what them shorthorns do. No, they don't get called that by me. I do not give them that benefit.
Shorthorns.
They're the shorthorn. The real team in Texas to me is TCU, man. They're the only damn team in Texas that's won a playoff game.
Mm,
So,
mm,
I mean, and I can't even
mm,
say that as an OU fan, but TCU won a playoff game last year. Just
mm,
saying, that
mm.
happened.
The second thing I think that hurt Texas the most was this guy Jaden Blue, man. The 2 fumbles he had were absolutely crucial. Now
Baxter had that other fumble.
Baxter had
He,
the other
he,
one.
he had one. He had one too.
Okay.
That Jaden Blue was that one that was whenever they were driving down.
Yes. Okay. So Baxter had
Yep.
the one before that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So both of the backs, the fumbling, those are crucial turnovers. And then playoff games, man, turnovers count as double. I've heard people say that in the football world. When you're in playoff football, when you turn the ball over in a playoff game, it counts as double. So the penalties, the 2 fumbles, and even in spite of all of that, bro, as I'm sitting there watching the last drive, and Texas is driving down the field, and they have legitimate shots at the end zone with
Ooh-wee.
30 seconds left, and that Washington defense,
Ooh.
they bended, but they did not break at the very end. So congratulations to
Hey,
Washington. What's up?
they made their butt cheeks pucker up. No, I'll tell you that.
Bro,
uh,
I was on here in the computer and I had it on and I can just hear like the announcer was like, I was like, what's going on?
the thing was, I'm in this group chat and it's got some Texas fans in there, man. And I was talking a little bit of premature trash talk, man. And then dude gets injured. They do the official timeout to where they're like, "Oh, well, the clock's not gonna start till they snap." I'm like, "Dude, what? Like that? What?" They basically penalized Washington for their guy getting hurt.
Right.
If you stop and you really think about it, Corey, because if they didn't and they were like, "Hey, the balls or the clock's going to start as soon as the guy gets off the field," then they could have ran the clock down, Corey, because the play clock was at like 40 seconds, my guy.
I know, but
Texas,
there's no other way to police that or even I know what you're saying, right? It's not really
that
fair, but I mean he
that's
got
not.
hurt.
If they
You gotta
would have
stop the
lost
clock.
off of that, though, man, you got to be freaking kidding me. So basically, you would have been saying, "Oh no, you lost," and they got those extra 15 to 20 seconds because your guy got hurt. That's
Yep.
crazy to me.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
crazy to me.
You gotta stop if somebody's hurt on the field, you can't let the game clock run, right? People gotta come on the field, make sure he's okay. So it's just one
Man,
of those stupid things, man. You can't get around. You understand?
hey, hey, but here's the thing, man. As an OU fan, Texas fans, shut up. You can't say nothing. You ain't won a playoff game either, so sit down. You can't say a thing. I don't want to hear nothing else from no Shorthorn fans for the rest of the damn year. We're done with it. All right. We both going to the SEC. We both lost our damn game. It don't matter that you made the playoff because guess what? You lost. That's what they
Yeah.
always told. That's what they always told us. So it don't matter unless you win the damn thing, right? We don't give out participation trophies
No, we
out
don't
here.
do
No,
participation trophies. Yeah.
no, don't
We
work
took a
like that.
hot L. Man.
L, horns down, horns down. Love it, love it, love it. For all the Shorthorn fans that's gonna check this video out, just remember, horns down, baby. And yeah, y'all right too.
Before we move on, let's talk about the ramifications for what this means for Texas. And we'll do the same for Alabama, but for Texas, they had a golden opportunity, I thought, to go into the SEC next year, bro, with a national title around their shoulders, saying, "Hey, we're here." So to me, it's a small setback. They did win the Big 12. They got to the CFP. So those are pluses, right? But for a brand like Texas, you really want to come into the SEC with a championship.
You would have, yes, but here's the thing, man. They're losing an Xavier Worthy. They're losing a Jatavion Sanders. They're losing an Aiden on Mitchell. They're losing those guys. Those guys are going to go pro, Corey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
Yes, Texas recruits with the best of them. They reload. Don't get me wrong. They have talent. You can't deny that. So, but here's the thing. They're going to be counting on some freshmen, some young guys. And I think that these players that Texas had, those receivers, those playmakers, they made Quinn Ewers look a lot better than what Quinn Ewers really is.
I'd agree with that. I used to be high on Quinn Ewers. To me, he's not that guy.
He's not it. He's not it. You're not winning a national championship with Quinn Ewers. Sorry. Didn't work.
Is he coming back?
Damn. If he does, there better be a quarterback battle in the offseason because you're paying Arch Manning like $2.3 or $3.2 million to sit on the bench.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, he might be gone.
I mean, so I don't know. We'll see, man. It'll be interesting, but not Texas. They're gonna be good, Corey. They're gonna be a top flight program. Yeah. I think that they're gonna be good going into the SEC. I'm not concerned about that.
All right. So to start the day off with, the first game was a doozy, overtime thriller. Alabama, the juggernaut, the perennial favorite to win it all against Michigan, who's been knocking on the door, for the past 2 years before this one. They've been knocking. They've been in the CFP, but they couldn't get out of this semifinal round. Right. I'm going to let you start this one off. What are your thoughts on this game, bro?
Man, shout out to Michigan, man. They slayed the quote-unquote dragon. You slayed it. You know what I mean? You beat an Alabama team because what was everybody saying on the day whenever the selection committee came out?
Oh, that Michigan was scared. They were disappointed that they didn't get
Florida State. Yeah. We all seen the reaction of the Michigan team whenever they seen that they were going to be playing Alabama. They were kind of like, but were they like, or were they like, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it because we can beat Alabama at their game. And that's what they did, Corey. They played smash mouth football. They lined it up and they smacked them right in the mouth. Yep. I mean, Blake Corum, the way that he ran, the numbers aren't going to just pop off the page at you. But what he did when he did it, Corey, it was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like that run in overtime when he ran that damn thing in, and then
it was nice.
I was like, he's the man for that.
I think the story for Michigan was the defense. Especially in that first half, the 5 sacks in the first half was unreal, bro. I mean, they controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball in that first half. Am I wrong?
You're not. And here's the thing: Jalen Milroe's just not. He's not at all do-it-all quarterback. I think that was proven in this game too. Because when you put pressure on him, hell, they sacked him 5 times in the first half. Now, give Alabama credit, and I mentioned this to you earlier, Corey. They made great adjustments in the second half. They got the
They
ball out
did.
of his hands quicker, and Alabama was actually able to generate some offense. I mean, this thing went to overtime. It's not like Alabama just got blown out in this game. You know what I
No,
mean? So
they were
so
up.
it was a very competitive
Yeah.
football game. I mean, dude, it just they just didn't have enough. They just didn't have it. Like they didn't
I
have
think
that dude to
I
me.
think they should have leaned on Jace McClellan earlier in the
Mm-hmm.
game.
Mm-hmm.
To me, he controlled the second half. You know, they were down 13 at 10 at halftime, and then before you know it, they're up 20 to 13 with about 2 minutes left. And they really controlled the clock, they controlled the tempo. Jace McClellan was the absolute dog, had 2 touchdowns. And that to me is when Jalen Milroe played his best in the game.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
Michigan went down and got that score. I was surprised Michigan went down and scored when it was 20 to 13 with 2 minutes left. I just said this is prime Nick Saban real territory right here. A 7-point lead with 2 minutes left. He usually gets off the field and gets a stop. I thought the play calling on that last drive from Michigan was just exquisite. I mean, they did everything right, got into the end zone. They didn't go for two, played for overtime, got the ball first in overtime. Then we talk about what Blake Corum did on that run. And after that, man, that last play call on 4th and 2 for Alabama.
Wow.
What
I
in
was
the
about to
hell
say.
was that?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
They
That
had 3 timeouts. They had an injury timeout. Then Alabama called the time. Michigan
it,
called the timeout. Then Alabama called the timeout.
it was absolute. I was just like in awe. I was like, what? What? Bill O'Brien got fired. He's fired. If he's not fired tomorrow, he's fired tonight. That Nick Saban is going to fire him.
Bro, he's with the
Promise.
Patriots.
Bill O'Brien is not with the Patriots.
Yeah, he is, B.
Is he really? Well, who the hell?
Yeah.
Well, who the
Tommy
hell is it?
Reese.
Well, Tommy Reese is fired. Fired. That was a terrible play call. No way you call that. No way.
Oh man.
No way. I'm not sitting here saying I'm the absolute whiz of everything, but man, it'll be an
We
asterisk.
got to
Yeah,
talk about
because they
this.
cheat. They cheated. Yeah, they're cheaters.
Bro,
Cheaters.
everybody cheats, bro. Come on
Cheater,
now.
cheater, 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 pumpkin eaters. Well,
Everybody,
they got
I don't know
well, yeah.
about that holding. I
No,
wouldn't put an asterisk
Corey,
next to it.
Corey,
They
it
just beat
ain't.
Alabama without no sign stealing. They haven't
Corey,
sign stole since this whole thing went down. What's up?
the hell that you know of? That you know of? Come on,
Bro,
man.
you act like they're the only ones sign stealing.
Jim
You know
Harbaugh,
Nick
man, he's
Saban
just.
came up under Bill Belichick, right? You know what
I
Bill Belichick was great at?
I don't like.
Stealing signs.
I just don't like Jim Harbaugh, man. He's just so freaking corny and just no. His brother John, I like him. Not when you're upset. You're
Y'all need a
upset.
better
Oh,
firewall, bro. Get some
oh,
better internet. You know what I
oh,
mean? Bro,
you're upset, Holden. It's gonna be okay.
he's not happy. If anybody's watching, Holden is an OSU fan, and
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
talking Oklahoma
Ohio
State.
State.
Yeah,
Ohio State. Yeah.
are they really
Uh-oh.
getting investigated
What?
by the
What?
FBI
Yeah.
over
What?
over sign stealing, bro? Is this what we're talking about, Holden? Holden, bro, you gotta relax. You gotta take your L. Y'all lost to Michigan 3 years in a row.
Take it.
Just take the
That's
L and
tough.
relax, my guy.
Yeah, that's tough. That's
I
tough
don't
for
think the
you.
FBI is all that in invested into figuring out if Michigan's sign stealing or breaking into
No,
and hacking.
no, they got other things they got to
I
be
could
doing
be
right.
wrong. I mean, you're probably right.
It
Those
said
because
no.
they
It's
had.
because it.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
you
what are
you
your
should
thoughts
have
on it?
you should have had
If
better
Michigan wins this championship, I'm not putting an asterisk on it.
should have had better security if they hacked into your computer, man. They
Thank
must had
you.
they must have had some PCs or something. Go get an Apple, bro. No, they're all getting hacked nowadays. Everything's getting hacked. If somebody wants to get into your stuff, they're getting into your stuff. I don't know, man. There's nothing that's gonna come out of that. They're grasping for straws at that point. I
Holden,
mean,
can I ask Holden a question? Holden, if Michigan, honestly and seriously, if Michigan wins this championship, what does this do to Ryan Day? I want to hear your response in the comment section. If Michigan wins a national championship, What does this do to Ryan Day and the Ohio State Buckeyes? Is he officially on the clock? He's got 1 year to get this done to beat Michigan. Are y'all going to fire him? Do you want him gone now? And don't give me no sign stealing bullshit, Holden. I don't want to hear that. I don't hear anything about sign stealing. I want some concrete facts about what a Michigan win against Washington next week would do to the Ohio State program.
Said if anything makes them look better because he only lost by 6 to them at their stadium.
Mm.
Yeah, but in the fashion that you guys lost that game, I mean, I don't know, man. Michigan is the better team overall this season. They have been the last 3 seasons, just as Corey alluded to. I mean, even as an Ohio State fan, and I know that's tough because I hate them shorthorns too, just like you guys hate Ohio State or you guys hate Michigan. But man, at the end of the day, you have to look at what's getting done on the field. They literally beat you guys pretty convincingly. Like they handled that game. Yeah,
Yeah, that was really an
I
interception.
mean,
He's talking about the one touchdown in the end zone.
you know what?
Holden, man, man, you got to let it go,
Sucks,
bro. It
sucks,
happened.
sucks.
Look at Brandon.
It
What do
sucks.
you do, man?
I know how it feels, man. I'm an OU fan. I get it, bro.
Yeah,
It happens. Guess what? They can come out and say that it was a controversial call at the end of the day, but guess what? You guys took the L. You guys
yeah.
ain't playing for a national title. Michigan is.
Sorry, Holden.
That's tough, and it's tough. I'm not trying to talk trash, Holden.
No, we're not.
Yeah, because
We're
we
just
love
trying
you
to
coming up
shake
in
you out
here.
of this funk you're in, Holden.
Yeah,
Man, that shit's
it's
over
tough.
with, bro.
It's tough. It's
We
tough.
know it sucks.
I just feel happy today because the Shorthorns lost. That one game decides my happiness for the rest of the year. No, I get it. I get it, man. I get it. Them rivalry games are real, dude.
Yeah, they do it to
It's
you, bro.
real. I mean, and the Michigan Ohio State rivalry, I mean, that's like number one, man. It's got to be. They're two of the top like 4 winningest programs ever. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
they've been playing for damn near 300 years, haven't they?
Yeah, this was a star-studded CFP this year. Let's talk about Alabama. We kind of talk about Texas and what their loss means for them coming up. I'll start this one off. I think Alabama is just fine. They just went undefeated in the SEC, beat the 2-time defending national champion. They're going to have a top 3 recruiting class every year that Nick Saban's there.
Yep.
So they'll reload, they'll retool. They're going to lose some guys. But they'll be in the conversation again next year.
I don't agree with that comment, Holden. This year's college football playoff is
it was the most competitive one we've had.
Exactly. There's always a blowout in one of the games. There wasn't this year. Both games came down to the very end.
There were 3 blue bloods out of 4. You can't beat that. Michigan, Alabama, Texas. I mean,
is Texas a blue blood? Are they a blue blood though? Really?
Not really, because
I'm not giving them that status. I'm sorry.
It depends. If you're going on all-time overall wins, they're 5th.
I mean,
they don't have the national championships that some of you guys like OU or Alabama.
That's what I'm saying. You got to have 6 or more to be
okay. Well, by that criteria, no, they are a huge brand, though. It's a huge brand.
Well, yeah, just because they got money. Yeah. That's it. How'd that money work out for them against Washington?
Not so good.
And you know what the blue chip ratio is as far as like overall roster for Washington? It's less than 50% of their roster.
Really?
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so go check them stats out as far as the 5 stars, 4 stars. When you start talking about all those things, put them up with any other. They're getting beat by 40.
Who's he talking about?
Who? Who's getting beat by 40?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me, Holden. When you say them, who you referring to? Yeah, I mean that's
yeah, we can have that argument all day.
I mean, in my opinion, 2019 LSU, and it don't get any better.
Yeah, I mean that'd be one of the ones that the 2018 Clemson team. that beat the
No,
ever living crap out of Alabama.
2019, 2019,
Yeah, I
2019.
was I was throwing the. Yeah, I agree with you. I was throwing
Yeah,
that 2018 team for Clemson went 15-0, and they beat Alabama 44-16.
yeah. No,
And
they
that
busted
was
their ass.
Tua.
I
That
loved it.
was all those receivers, Ruggs, Jerry
Devontae
Judy,
Smith.
Devontae Smith, all those guys, Jalen Waddle.
Yep,
You know, they
yep.
pretty much crushed that team. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
even the
But
Ohio State team, that Ohio State team that had Zeke Elliott on it, Mike Thomas, all of those guys.
I would agree with that. They did. Ohio State did end Clemson's run.
Oh
He's
yeah, that was a
absolutely,
COVID year.
he's
Yeah,
absolutely right.
they did.
I mean, there's always an asterisk on the COVID year, but it's whatever. We'll take it. I mean, hey,
uh,
I'm a Lakers fan, and everybody always says there's an asterisk on the bubble. So damn it, everything else got an asterisk that year too. If you did anything good in 2020, you have an asterisk next to it.
that's
Sorry,
true.
it's just how it works.
I'm gonna close this screen. The last thing about this Michigan game, I was surprised how well they did in the trenches.
Michigan beat Alabama at what Alabama does.
It does. Thank you. If I all the talk, I always have to hear SEC. SEC is
No,
different. It is different because SEC they usually have the biggest and baddest O lines and D lines.
right,
But
right.
for a Michigan team to do what they did to that O line and D line today,
Mm-mm-mm.
hats off to Michigan, man.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Michigan wanted it more, man. Them
They
guys came out
did.
there. They were ready. They
They
just
did.
they were hitting it that first half, man. They were relentless on
They
Jalen
were.
Milroe, man. Like I was like, is Alabama even gonna be able to move the ball? Like, damn. Like
Is
they were stifling the run game. They were doing it all, man. So
yeah.
what do we got?
This
Oh, Holden,
one is
you're hating. Hating a little bit, bud. You're just hating a little bit. Just hating a
yeah.
little bit, bud.
Hey,
It's cool.
so I wanted to bring this up before we get off. This will be the first championship game without an SEC team, I think, since Ohio State, Oregon.
Damn,
I
I think
believe
it
this will be
is.
the
I think
first
you're
in
right.
the CFP era.
I think
This
you're
will be the
right.
first national championship game without an SEC team.
Since then. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. You're 100%.
So, I mean, thoughts
Yep.
on that?
Wow.
It's
Just shows you how
the
dominant the
SEC
SEC
dominance.
is.
Yeah.
It's still and it ain't going anywhere.
No, it's
It's
only going to
not
get
going
worse.
anywhere.
With
Man,
OU
yeah.
and the Shorthorns
Let's
coming in.
go, baby. My boy Steven, what's up, baby? Yeah. Put them horns down. Let's
Yeah.
freaking go.
Steve, we
Go
just hanging
Nuts.
out. We're just talking. So if you got anything you want us to talk about, any
Yeah.
questions from the game or anything from the past two games, just holler in the chat, man. We're just
Man,
talking.
hey, Steven. Defend the standard, brother. Just defend the standard. That's all.
So now we got a Big Ten team. We got a Pac-12 team. Early thoughts?
I
Early
agree.
thoughts on this
I
one?
agree. Horns down and the Big 12 sucks. I agree. I agree. I agree. I cannot, man. Yeah. Including Big 12 refs. I love it. What? Hang on now. All hyped up, but they always lose and never make the CFP. Man, come on now, hold.
Oklahoma's they've been there a bunch of
We've been
times.
there. We've been there 4 times, but
Yeah.
yeah,
No, they never cashed in, Holden, but they've been there.
yeah, we've
It's
been
hard. It's
there.
hard to even get there, man. That's an accomplishment. Let's be real.
Yeah, I
You know,
mean, I can't knock Ohio State. But here's the thing. Let me just throw this out there. If we want to say all that, Ohio State, man, the blue chip ratio y'all got on y'all's roster, and you still can't get the job done. It's unacceptable, man. We got 7 of them too. Holden, what you talking about?
I think he's talking about appearances. Have they been in the CFP 7 times? It's been a few years since they've been in there. Or did they? They
7
were there
times?
last year. They were there
They were
last
there
year.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was in there last year. They lost to Georgia on that last second. Remember because it matched up with the ball
Yeah,
drop and
yeah,
everything
yeah,
else.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he talking about 7 appearances?
I think
Yeah,
so. I think
I
Ohio State's
love it.
getting
I love it. Give it to him,
bleacher
Steven.
flag
No,
plan.
I wasn't gonna go. I wasn't gonna go
Oh,
there. I wasn't gonna go there. I really wasn't. Because if you really want to break it all down, they did pull up into Norman the year before that and hand us our ass. So if we're being realistic,
he turned the AC on that field goal. He's talking about the one last year versus Georgia. Bro, he
oh
shanked the shit out of that field goal. I'm
man, it
sorry.
was bad. Yeah, you have me to talk trash. Yeah, let's get it. Get it. Talk trash. Drop in them comments, man. Talk to us. We love it. No, it's fun, man. It's fun.
I think, look,
So
I'll say this for OU and Texas fans alike. To me, Alabama losing tonight should give you some kind of hope for next year, right?
I had hope anyways without them losing.
I think you would feel better seeing where
I'm not worried about a Jalen Milroe, man. Bama's gonna have a different quarterback coming in next year.
you don't think Jalen's gonna be there. Is he leaving for the
He might be.
NFL?
No. He's only a redshirt freshman. I'm not saying that. I'm
Where's he
just
gonna
saying that
go?
I just don't think he's that dude. I
He's
just
a
don't think
starting.
he is. That running shit. That's not. Man, I don't know. I don't know.
Holden, you said this at the beginning of the show, bro.
They are some cheaters. I agree with you, but they're in the national
Every
title.
bro, I'm pretty sure when Lincoln Riley was at OU, he was cheating. I'm pretty sure
No,
Brent was cheating.
no,
I'm
we
sure
don't
Mike
cheat.
Gundy's cheating.
No,
Everybody cheats.
no, we don't cheat. We don't cheat. OU doesn't
That's
cheat.
of a natty. Okay, Steven. If you can think that all you want, buddy. We'll have a team in the CFP next year. We'll see. I don't know who it's gonna be.
Arizona. Arizona's my
They
already
got a
Big 12 champion.
squad. They got that coach is nice too.
If that
Colorado will be in the league.
if
Utah.
that yeah if that Fafita and McClellan and all that if they come back to them, they're a problem in the Big 12. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise they are. And I'm not
Yeah.
just saying that because they beat
No.
OU and da 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 da. No, they really are. They were
No.
nice, man. Like
They're a game away from playing Washington instead of Oregon.
Yep,
And
absolutely, absolutely.
Michigan is a result of them cheating.
That man.
Holden, bro. Holden's on one.
It was the
Okay, it was
original Big 12 last chance. I like that. I like that.
thank
I'll
you.
take that.
Well,
There wasn't no chance though. I knew the Shorthorns were going to get beat. No, I actually picked them to be honest in our show. I thought that they would be able to beat them, but I wanted to see them get beat by Bama. So I'm glad I was wrong though. I love it when I'm wrong about stuff like that. That works. I kind of did some reverse psychology kind of stuff on that, Corey, is what I did.
yeah,
You know
you
what I
man.
mean? Because
Yeah,
yeah,
I see what you
yeah.
did there.
Yeah, because like the
It
rivals saying that you're gonna win, it's like bad juju, so you're gonna lose. That's what happened. I switched it up on them. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying?
Big Ten is SEC daddy.
Yeah, but SEC is no. I don't know. Hey, Steven,
Mm,
I don't know if I'm gonna say that the SEC is Ohio State's daddy because the last time that the SEC matched up with them, if I'm not mistaken, what did Zeke Elliott do in the
mm-hmm.
national title game? And that man Zeke Elliott went bonkers on
Yeah, they beat
Alabama.
Alabama in the
Mm-hmm.
semifinal, but
And
SEC
no, in
is
the
Ohio
national
State's
title, they beat them in the national championship, didn't they? No, it was
that
Oregon
was
they
a
beat that year.
semifinal. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, they beat the brakes off of them.
beat Ohio State.
You should feel sad about that. Should feel upset, but it was with Ohio State's backup QB. No Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, that's true.
That makes to me, if you're not in the playoff, which I'm glad that it's going to 12 teams next
12.
year, Corey.
I
Because
am
if you're
too.
not in the playoff game, man, those other bowl games are absolute garbage.
They mean
They're
nothing. They
They're
mean absolutely
glorified
nothing.
spring games. The NCAA has a problem. They need to fix that. What the hell are we doing to where players can just go hop in the damn portal and there's no they used to make you sit out a damn year when you transferred. They need to bring that back. They need to bring that back.
If it
Because
were
I think
me, no, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
but I say that they need to bring that back, Corey. But if the other team's going to still pay you X amount of dollars, hell, I'll go sit for a year and get paid X amount of dollars to just sit on my ass.
Right.
So that could come back and bite you. But I think that it would slow it down. I don't think that it would just be so willy nilly, like, oh, I'm jumping in the transfer portal. It's a bidding war, Corey. It's a
That's
bidding war.
all it
That's what
is.
it
It's
is,
free
man.
agency. It's not regular amateur football anymore. And so there's some things they need to change. They need to change the amount of times you can transfer, put a cap on how much somebody can get paid. I think those things would help immensely. You know what I mean?
Players, Corey, they're not repping what's across their chest no more. They're
No.
looking to get paid.
Yeah.
Which I'm all for. I'm happy for them. I'm happy that these players are able to make money because
Right.
here's the thing. Yes, we can be upset as fans that the players aren't as loyal to the university, da 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 da. But at the end of the day, Corey, those players are just getting what's owed to them because those damn university was making billions of dollars off of them players' names.
Yeah.
So, huh,
100%. Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? So
That's
now
all facts. Yeah.
you being a former player that didn't get to experience this kind of stuff when you were in college, you had to wait till you got to the league. But you see what I'm saying, Corey? It's like
Right.
these guys, they deserve this. They're
Yeah.
the ones putting the fans in the stands.
Fans, yeah.
You
I
see what I'm
agree.
saying?
I
That
agree.
that
That's why
that
you got to regulate it a little bit.
you
Just
do.
put a cap
You
on
do.
how much each guy can make, even it out. Do something, but it's the wild wild west right now. What do we
We
got?
got it. We gotta say, OU question. Am I still a JFA fan? Absolutely, I am. Yes, that's a true freshman that started in a game against a very good Arizona football team, Steven. And the reason I say that is he came out and yes, he threw two quick interceptions. Okay, it was two quick interceptions though that was on a timing route. His timing was just a little bit off. It was a titch off. And when you're playing a good football team like that, they're going to take advantage of that, which they did. So kudos to them. But here's the thing that I liked. He responded to that. He responded. He came out there. He threw that deep 60-yard pass. Didn't have the guy break the stride at all. Like it was a perfect on the money pass. He was able to drive it down the field. So I was happy with what I seen from my freshman quarterback making his very first start. I was excited.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm
Two,
at
two of
there.
those
Sorry.
interceptions came off the hands of like receivers or something, didn't they? Like
Yeah, it
two of
was
those weren't his fault.
it
I
was
felt
tough.
like,
It was tough, man. It was a tough day, but it happens. You got to have that kind of game, though. I was actually happy that he got to experience that.
yeah, get some
I
of it
was
out of your
happy about that.
system. Yeah.
Yep, I was happy about that. Well,
Yeah.
what do we got here, Steven? Did 2022 TCU make the Natty? They're not even a top Big 12 team of the college football era. Hell, they're not the best TCU team of the college football playoff. Only Big 12 team to win playoff game.
It's true. That's a
I,
lot.
that was
That's
a
a lot
lot
to
to
unpack, right?
digest there,
Yeah.
real quick.
It's a
Man,
lot to unpack. They are the only team to ever win a playoff game.
they are.
I agree that TCU team from 2014 is better than the TCU team from last year. And
I
that
would
that
100%.
2014 TCU team didn't even make the playoff.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
sheesh, they're not even a big. They're not even top
That
10 Big
team,
12
you're
team.
talking about the Trevon Boykin years.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they were a problem. They
yeah.
were a problem.
That was a
Them
serious
and
team.
Baylor both that year were a
Yeah,
problem.
they were both vicious. Yeah,
Yes,
I
and neither one of them made the playoff. That was disrespectful. I
this
remember
is
that.
well, TCU made the Natty because they beat Michigan, and usually this is what happens. So, usually the Big 12 winner gets into the playoff. You know what I mean? A lot of people might say some things about the Big 12, but perennially, every year, whoever usually wins the Big 12 gets into the playoff. It's only happened like two or three times where they haven't gotten in. The Baylor, the 2014, the year we were just talking
Let's just
about.
put it this way. Put it this way. It's happened unless Oklahoma or Texas, the brand wins it.
Right.
I'm sorry. I had to throw
And
that
they've
little
won it
jab
damn
in
near
there.
every year.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean it. Hey man, It is what it is, bro. I'm not upset. I'm happy tonight, man. This was a good day to me.
It
It was
was
a
a
great
great
day of
day.
some college football watching, man. That was exciting. I hope the NFL delivers like that in their playoffs, which I think they will. Uh, man, it just was what it was. It was what it
Especially
was. Our time,
2022.
Oklahoma's time is coming, though. I can tell you that. They got some guys coming in. Don't worry. Stay tuned.
How old
Ohio
is
State.
Holden? You went back with those, bro. How old are you, Holden?
Yeah, how old are
Orlando
you?
Pace, Archie Griffin. Archie Griffin's only two-time
I
Heisman
like the
winner.
Orlando Pace one, man. That he was a baller. That man at left tackle, man, was probably one of the greatest left tackles of all time. One of
Oh yeah, easily.
heart. Yeah. What does he keep saying 7 for? What are you? What are you?
He's not 7 years old, is
You're
he?
not 7 years old, brother. No way, that man. If he is 7 years old, though, it would see. It would make sense. Some of the pettiness. I'm
He
kidding.
said,
I'm
"I'm kidding.
kidding.
I'm 17."
17.
I was
Okay.
like, "Whoa!"
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No
The
longer have to talk about
17,
this.
the 17 makes sense, man. It makes sense, brother. But
Yeah,
I like you being 17 and popping me with some Archie Griffin and some Orlando Pace stuff. I like that.
yeah.
That's
That was pretty
that,
slick.
that, that
Yeah,
that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. I'm 32 and I don't think I would have popped that, but I'm not an Ohio State fanatic either, so
yeah, that's true.
it is what it is. I got my Billy Sims, Steve Owens. We got some Heisman Trophy statues that sit outside our stadium, holding in 7 national titles and stuff like that. So I don't know how many national titles does Ohio State have?
They got a few, they got a bunch, man.
Do they got more than we do? How many
I'd
they
say
got?
they have at least 5 or 6. They won it in 2003. They won it in 2014.
I'm looking right now. I'm stat checking
They won
right now.
2000. When did they win it?
Ohio State.
2002. 2002, 2014 was the ones I remember. You would think they've gotten some in the 70s and the
Oh,
80s.
what does it mean when it says claimed, unclaimed, and national finalists? What does that mean?
I don't know. It might be like the
What's
Oklahoma State
8?
deal where we just
They
pulled the
got 8. They got
1945.
8. They got 8. Holden popped it up there too. They got 8. Okay, 8. Kudos. Then I can't say nothing. Then I'm gonna shut
8
up.
legit ones. Ooh, that's
I'm gonna
more than
shut up.
OU.
Yeah, they got it.
Ah,
Got us. Hey, we got one coming though. We got one coming.
all
God, I
right.
hope. I hope. Fuck. I'm tired. So excuse my man.
There you go, Steve. Those short horns. I hate them just as much as y'all hate them, by the way. So it was a fun night for me, man. Big ups to Penix, who I think, yes, should be the Heisman winner, but they did give it to
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Penix win it.
He was dicing them guys tonight, man. That was whew.
Who's Jeremiah Smith?
I'm stumped.
Me too. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you gotta give me some more context with that one, Holden. Gotta give me some more context.
All right, man. I think that's it, bro. I think we about to be out, fellas.
Man, I'm off on this thing. It's about 1 o'clock and damn near 1 o'clock in the morning. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's about that time. But hey, as always, guys, we appreciate all the reaction in the show tonight. We always appreciate you, Steven. You're a regular that always stops by to talk some football with us, man. So yes, I will be
Yes, I
watching.
will be watching too.
I will be. Here,
Yeah.
stop clicking on it, Corey. I got it. I will be watching the Under Armour All American game because there is some big time Oklahoma players that are in those things. So number one recruit in the nation. Yeah, I think he's going to Ohio State, is he not? So hey, man, if you're counting on a freshman to be that guy, man, good luck to you.
Mm.
Good luck. That's all I gotta say. So, as always, guys, y'all already know though. Hop down there in those comment boxes. Talk to us, guys. Post this thing on the X. Put it on the Instagram. Put it on the TikTok. Always subscribe, guys. Help us grow this channel. This thing is gonna take off. We see it. That's why we keep putting this work in. Tap that notification bell and smash that thumbs up button too while y'all are at it. As always, guys, peace out. Happy New Year.
Peace. Happy New Year.